everybody, it's Anna. Time for the Thursday card in this week's tarot story. So today we have our third swords card in a row. Our mind is really getting a workout this week, and it is the Four of Swords. So the number 4 is connected to feeling anchored or balanced in the world. If you think about a stable table, it's always got 4 legs, right? So this is the idea of feeling at rest, at peace, and very relaxed in the world, right? So this card, as a swords card, it's about the mind being relaxed. The mind is at ease. And the image we have actually is a crypt. So it's a tomb. And there's the knight sitting here, and he's in his little tomb, and he's got the swords on the wall and one beneath him. And the idea is that his mind is at rest. It's not struggling right now. It feels confident. It feels supported. And I feel like this card comes when the mind has learned how to anchor itself in faith. So we have the 2 of Swords, then the 1 of Swords. And both of those are about the mind starting something new. And the mind always feels a bit anxious when it's starting something new because it's never done this before. And it can try to project what to expect, but we know that doesn't really work. We know the world doesn't function linearly, at least not for people who are not linear. And people who watch my show are, not very linear people. So we know that the unexpected is going to happen. We know that nobody has done this path that we are on because we're also creative. We're evoking something new. So the mind feels unstable when we're starting something new. So the way we help the mind is encouraging it to walk in faith, to remind the mind that it's not by itself, that there is this intuitive principle that's also functioning that has access to more information than the mind does. And so the mind is learning how to, where it feels deficit, it feels like it doesn't know the answers. It learns how to have faith that there is a part of us that does know the next step, that does feel confident and clear and in flow. And so the mind learns how to supplement its own anxiety around not knowing with the faith that there is a part of us that does know. So by the time we get to the 4 of Swords part, that's where the mind, I think, is agreeing to the principle of faith. It's agreeing that it's okay that it doesn't know everything, that it can't predict what's going to happen, that the intuition and the soul are walking with it. They have access to the spiritual world. They have access to more wisdom than the mind does. And the mind's getting more confident that it knows how to handle things too. It can figure out how to navigate the unknown with the support and help of the soul. So I think this is the point where we want the mind to relax a bit. Because after the 4 point, we got the 5 point, which is the challenge, right? So just before we enter our big challenge in the trajectory, we have a time of stabilizing. So do what you need to do to help your mind stabilize. That means you give your mind kindness. We cannot stabilize our mind if we're mean to it, if we ignore it, if we treat it like it's a fuddy-duddy. Often intuitive people, body and heart intuitive people, have an anxious or an aggressive relationship with their mind because the mind seems like it's always pushing it against us. You can't move forward easily. You can't expect your mind to be relaxed if you keep fighting with it. Just like you can't expect your intuition to be relaxed if the mind keeps fighting with it. There has to be a place where they come together. And that's a really important piece of the spiritual journey if you're a hot body or a heart intuitive. It's one of the main things I start off with my clients. So see if you can find a way to bring them to the table together and help your mind understand that it's not knowing something is okay. It's to be expected. And their mind's not doing anything wrong by not knowing. It can rest and trust that there is a larger principle moving it forward, and it will know what to do when the time comes. That's our 4 of Swords. See you tomorrow for our last card this week. Bye.